As I said, you are on Triple R. Max here till midnight until Hugo turns up. But for the moment, right now, here on the Son of Crawdaddy program, it's my pleasure to welcome, I think for the very first time, certainly in this studio, Steve Boyd. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thanks, Max. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure. Of course, you're in here to plug, and we'll get to hear, which is kind of nice, your brand new recording. It's an EP of around about, what is it, 4 songs? 4 songs,
yeah.
Right. So is this an entree to a possible album?
I suppose so, yeah. Maybe even an entree to another EP, to another album. We're trying to be.
So you got that much material, have you? You smart ass.
Well, look, it's taken a long time. It's been a long while. I've been waiting for my muse to return, in a sense. But yeah, we've got a lot of material.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Now, people would remember you, of course, because you were very much on the local scene. I mean, I certainly remember seeing you many a weekend, either at a couple of times at the Rainbow, but certainly either at it was either the Royal Derby or the Dan O'Connell.
Sure.
With the Preachers and little other few bits and pieces, and then you just kind of went away a little bit. Yes.
Into the Netherlands. Yeah, look, that literally did happen. And to be perfectly honest, things were going really well musically. All the right things happened, gigs were starting to come, crowds were starting to build, people got interested. And really, I suppose it accelerated when Kieran Tollerhurst got on board and produced the Preachers CD. My God, that's going back a few years now. And from there was all sorts of interest. And yeah, things happened. I think, to be perfectly honest with you, what happened is that it coincided with certain other things that were going on with me at the time, and life kind of got in the way. And
there's musical life, and then there's a personal life.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that happened, and music became, as it is for many people, a form of therapy for me. And became, many things. Music is many things, but it can also be a harsh mistress. If you mistreat music, it will bite you back eventually.
Certainly bite you back.
So yeah, and after a while, I think I was taking music for granted, and it probably became like a dysfunctional marriage in a sense. So some would say I should have made a decision earlier, but I decided to pull back for a while and sort of reevaluate things and develop a new, healthier relationship with music, which I did for quite some time. And I actually got involved with Vincent Care Victoria and started facilitating music therapy groups and songwriting therapy groups, and for homeless people and marginalised people and people with mental health issues and a host of other things. And that was a humbling but very rewarding experience, and I think I kind of needed to do that.
And was that, how many hours or days a week was that involved?
For about 5-6 years, that probably took up about 3 days a week in terms of prep time, group time, etc., etc., etc.
And I'm also assuming that that would be great for the people involved, but and kind of a little bit selfishly amazing rewarding for you as well.
Look, amazingly rewarding, yeah, definitely, amazingly rewarding, but also, to be honest, Max, hard work too, because if you're writing your own music and performing your own music and recording and so on, there's a joy that's quite immediate. But when you're trying to use music as a medium for people who are struggling, it becomes something else. It's another framework to use. So at times it could be hard work, but very rewarding work. Yeah.
So with this EP, was there many experiences that you had working with some of those individuals there that maybe inspiration for some of the music on here?
That's a very good question. The answer to that would be...
Or maybe unconsciously, possibly.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. There was a bit of time, so I've stopped doing that. I've taken a break from facilitating music therapy groups. And what I've found is that these, subconscious kind of influences have appeared in my writing, especially lyrically. Good question.
Well, tell us about well, I actually thought the whole EP was being launched on Saturday night, but you corrected me, of course, because I'm always wrong. But it's just this. Well, we're going to play this track because it just bounces out of the speakers when you put it on. A great track, really, really good EP. I think I told you that off air, but I will tell you right now, it's a wonderful piece of work.
Thank you very much.
And great to have you. And it's nice that it says so much too about you and where you are now as well. Tell us about the single or the opening track to the album, or the EP, which you'll be launching on Saturday night. Okay,
so the opening track is the first of a new batch of songs that I began writing. And to be perfectly honest, I'd been rehashing old stuff, playing songs I'd written years ago, doing standard covers that I'd been doing for years, occasionally doing the odd gig, but not really doing anything new. So I took a break, and this, is one of the first, and it was pretty much inspired by all the things. I went back to what made me inspired about music in the first place, before I even, became a musician when I was a kid. The energy, the excitement, and I tried to combine those influences, and they involved things like punk. So I decided I'm not going to get a guitar player, I'm going to play guitar. That's immediately going to make it sound more punk, because I'm not as accomplished a guitar player as many of the guitar players who I've been fortunate enough to work with, and lots of other things. And this encapsulates the energy, the immediacy, and the passion, I suppose. And hopefully it touches on lots of the musical genres that are very dear to my heart: soul, early blues, rock and roll, on and on it goes, yeah. And nice horn arrangements too. You're always going to have horns in your band, aren't you? I think. I think from this moment on, yes, definitely. Horns are the way to go, I think. I think so. All right, we'll hear this. This track is entitled Papa Likes It, and so do I.